Hello everyone. It's been a long time since I posted a video on the channel. I had a really busy time in my professional life as well as my personal life. During this time I was thinking if I could do anything different on the channel to make things a little bit more interesting. I thought to maybe create a series dedicated to only one part of game development, like for example shaders, but I think I have a better idea. So I decided to create a devlog documenting a journey that I want to take, which will be creating a whole game or at least a demo of it. I have created a few games by myself. You can see my first full game on the screen right now, but I haven't done it in a long time, and now that I have a lot more experience, I want to give it another try. To make it more interesting, I will sometimes create tutorials for features or systems in the game, so don't worry, the tutorial content will not be gone. There are many games created by a single developer. For example, Stardew Valley, Axiom Verge, Spelunky First Tree or Undertale. Those are very highly praised games, and I'm not saying I will do anything like those games, but it proves that it's possible to make a game alone or with some small help. Because I will be mostly working alone, and in my spare time, I need to have some design and tech restrictions to make it happen. So here are my rules and restrictions for game design. A relatively short game loop with meaningful progress. Since my background is in mobile games, I like shortened but condensed game loops. This will also help with balancing the game. Each decision in a game should be meaningful and have clear consequences. Every mechanic in the game has to contribute to the theme of the game or to the challenge that I want to pose to players. I don't want to overload players with mechanics that feel like fillers and don't contribute in any meaningful way to the experience. The tech rules and restrictions are: use asset store or old projects whenever possible, but for shaders. I need to leverage the asset store for rapid prototyping. There is no need to reinvent the wheel. I excluded shaders here since I want to work on my shader skills. Always try the simplest solution for every problem first. Only after testing will I decide if I need something more sophisticated. Don't create my own art for prototypes. Greybox everything. I will try to make use of procedural generation if possible. I need to cut as much content created by hand as possible. Now the genre and theme. Lately I have been playing a lot of tactics game like Into the Breach, Invisible Ink or XCOM. I feel like this genre is quite good for my needs. It doesn't need a lot of content, it is quite easy to implement opposite to real-time combat, and if designed well it can create a very deep and interesting gameplay. Those games are more of problem solving rather than puzzle solving games, which are right up my alley. For the theme, I would like to make a player feel like a hero because of his game skills. So I wanted to find a setting where the opposing force is much stronger than a player. What came to my mind are the rebels in a war of some kind or monster apocalypse survivors. For the prototype, I will try to implement both kinds of opponents in those teams and then decide which one plays better. And lastly, let's talk about the experience that I want to give to players. Like I said before, I want players to feel smart when they make good decisions during the game. I want them to feel overwhelmed physically by the enemy side. Since it will be a game about some kind of group of survivors, I would like to have some kind of resource management mechanic. I want players to sometimes make decisions of sacrifice and have to deal with the emerging problems in the team, since player characters are going to be vulnerable to the game's hostile environment. The whole game, This War of Mine, is just about that. I would like to convey a similar feeling to players like this game. I want players to look forward to the next session and feel like the current session is different from the last one. I will try to make use of roguelike mechanics in the game to achieve that feeling. So this is how it looks in my head right now, but since game development is a very iterative process, the whole game can turn out to be an FPS zombie shooter. We will see. In the next video, I will present a short game design document for the game prototype, As far as the prototype goes, I will start with turn-based combat since the main part of the game. Without this part working, there is no point in creating any other systems. I will drop videos every week, sometimes they will be 2 to 5 minute updates, and sometimes they will be some kind of tutorial, but I want to keep you posted during this journey. It will probably be the biggest challenge I took professionally, so I'm very excited about the future. I hope you like the idea. If you do, or even if you don't, please let me know in the comment section. I would love to get some feedback before I start. That's it for this video, and I will see you in the next week. Take care.